Welcome to your week 4 asynchronous session for Business Math A. This is lesson 17, installment loans. So the objective is that students will be able to calculate monthly payments and financial charges for installment loans. So first, let's go over some definitions. So we have an installment loan is the loan that is repaid over time with a set number of scheduled payments. Down payment, an initial payment made when something is bought on credit. An amount financed is the entire loan amount minus all lender fees, which are paid at closing. And then annual percentage rate, known as the APR, an index showing the cost of borrowing money on a yearly basis, expressed as a percent. So those are our definitions. So now let's go ahead and start talking about some of the different formulas that we have and how we can use those to solve some problems. So our amount financed formulas, we got the amount financed equals your cash price minus your down payment. And your down payment equals your cash price times your percent. So those are our two formulas for the amount financed. So when we're dealing with amount financed, then we're going to use those formulas. So let's do an example. So Trudy Quintero is buying gym equipment for $1,399. She makes a $199 down payment and finances the remainder. How much does she finance? Well, we're going to use our amount financed formula. So we know her cash price is $1,399. And we know that she makes a down payment of $199. So we're going to go ahead and take those numbers, plug them into the formula for cash price and down payment, and then go ahead and do our subtraction there, and we get that Trudy financed $1,200 to pay for her gym equipment. So let's do another one. Melina Vardalos purchased season concert tickets for $1,999.99. The down payment is $199.99. How much does she finance for her season tickets? So again, we're going to take the same formula. We're going to plug in the values that we know, so we know that the tickets cost $1,999.99. We know her down payment is $199.99. Plug them in, do our subtraction. So we get that Melina financed $1,800 in order to pay for her season tickets to the concert. So now go ahead, now that we've done a couple, see if you can do this one. So go ahead and pause the video and see if you can answer the Bertolini Dentistry purchased new equipment for $3,950. The down payment is $150. How much do they finance for their new equipment? Alright, so now that you've had a chance to do that, let's go over it and see if you got it. So we're going to go ahead and plug in the numbers that we know, do our subtraction, and we get that Bertolini Dentistry financed $3,800 to pay for their new equipment. So hopefully you got that right. So now let's go and talk about if we're not given an actual amount for the down payment, but we're given the percent, what do we need to do in order to solve? So Rosalind Clay purchased a previously owned piano for $1,140 using the store's installment credit plan. She made a 20% down payment and financed the remaining amount. What amount does she finance? So this time we're not given what her down payment amount is. So we first need to find her down payment by using the formula that down payment equals the cash price times the percent. So we're going to take the price that she paid for the piano and multiply it by the percentage. But remember that since it's a percentage, we can't plug it in as 20 into our formula. We have to change it into decimal form. So we need to change that 20% to be 0.20. Plug the numbers into our formula, and then go ahead and do our multiplication to get the down payment of $228. But our question is not asking us just for the down payment, it's asking us for what she finances. So now that we know how much her down payment is, we can now use her amount financed formula and plug in our values that we know, and then do our subtraction and find out that Rosalind financed $912 to pay for her previously owned piano. So when we don't have the down payment outright given to us, it just is one more step that we have to now actually find the down payment before we can find the amount not financed. And remember that whenever it's a percentage, you need to change it into decimal form. Antonio Reyes purchased an antique chest for a $1,360 cash price. He made a 20% down payment. What amount does he finance? So again, just like the last one, we're going to find the down payment first. Remember 20% is 0.20. Plug that into our equation, do our multiplication, and get that Antonio pays $272 down payment. So now we need to get the amount financed by subtracting. So we're going to take our cash price minus our down payment that we just figured out, do the subtraction, and we get that Antonio financed $1,088 to pay for his antique chest. So let's see if you can do this one. So Maya DiNardo purchased a diamond bracelet for $1,725. The down payment was 30%. What amount does she finance? So those are your two formulas that you're going to use. Go ahead, pause the video, and see if you can figure this one out. Alright, so now that you've had a chance to do that, let's see if you got it right. So if we plug in the numbers to the down payment, we get her down payment is $517.50. Plug that into our amount financed, and we end up with Maya financed $1,207.50 to pay for her diamond bracelet. So now that's about our amount financed. Now we're going to talk about the annual percentage rate formulas. So we have a few formulas here for our annual percentage rate, APR. So our monthly payment equals the amount of loan divided by $100 times the monthly payment for a $100 loan. Then we also have our total amount repaid equals the number of payments times the monthly payment. And we also have our finance charge equals the total amount repaid minus the amount financed. So we're going to go ahead and use those now to figure out some finance charges. So the finance charge is how much more you pay for a product versus if you would have had cash on the day that you bought it, the amount difference that it is. So if you have cash and you can buy a product, you might as well do it so that you aren't getting charged a finance charge, so that you're not actually paying more money for something. But there's a lot of times where when you buy certain things, like if you go to buy a house, you probably don't have the money sitting around to go and buy a house, so you need to finance it. So Blake and Jacqueline Toper are purchasing a $1,399.99 side-by-side refrigerator with an installment loan that has an APR of 12%. The store financing requires a 10% down payment and 12 monthly payments. What is the finance charge? So we're going to first find the amount financed. So we're going to go ahead and do the down payment is 10%, so that's a $140 down payment. So the amount financed is $1,259.99. So now we're going to find the monthly payment. So we're going to put the amount of the loan, which is the amount that we just found is financed, divided by 100 times. Now the monthly payment for a $100 loan. The monthly payment for a $100 loan is $8.88. That comes from a table that is in your lessons. So as you're going through the lessons, there's a table there that you'll come across and it will tell you this. So the monthly payment for a $100 loan is $8.88. So we're going to plug those numbers in, solve our formula, and remember that since we are doing it with money, we need to round it to be dollars and cents. So the monthly payment is $111.89. So now we can find the total amount repaid. So they're doing it for just 1 year, so they're doing 12 payments times the 1 year. So we get a total amount repaid is $1,342.68. So now to get our finance charge, we subtract what was financed with what we repaid to get that difference. So the difference, the finance charge is $82.69. So this means that Blake and Jacqueline paid $82.69 more than the cost of the refrigerator since they had to finance it. If they would have had $1,400 to go and purchase the refrigerator with the $1,400, then they would have saved themselves that $82.69. But there's a lot of times where you don't have that money laying around, so you need to do things like financing, especially when it's a big purchase like a car or a house or something else that costs quite a bit of money. You may not just have that money laying around, so you need to finance it so you can make monthly payments towards it instead of outright paying for the whole entire thing at once. So let's see if you can go ahead and do this one. So there's the 4 formulas. You're going to go ahead and calculate this one out. And then this will be what you're going to put as your answer in the Google form. This will be the first question is what's the answer to this problem. So you want to make sure that you have this written down and that you go ahead and solve for this problem. If you have any questions, remember that I am always here to help you. So this is your asynchronous for week number 4.